Right, hello guys, and welcome to today's video. In today's video, as you can probably guess by the title, by the thumbnail, and by the gun you are seeing on your screen, today's video is going to be a FENNEC best class setup, and I'm not going to keep you too long. Here it is on your screen right now. So here it is, the ZLR-18 Deadfall, the Merc foregrip, the 40 round drum mags, the stipple grip tape, and finally sleight of hand. That's all you need to make this insane class setup. With the Silver Fox variant, I did unlock it. I've managed to get to rank, I think it's 85 you need to get this. Nice variant, very clean variant, probably the best variant we've actually had in the Battle Pass. But I wanted to add a little tip as well because I didn't include in the gameplay. If you use the X16 as your secondary and put on fully loaded the perk, you will have more reserve ammo for your FENNEC, as these both, the FENNEC and the X16, use the same ammo type. So there's a little hint there, just a little tip for you if you want to use that. I was using the ammunitions box in this gameplay and I didn't really need to use the X16 as my secondary, and plus the Renetti is a very good pistol. But yeah, the gameplay you'll be seeing is a 71-7 gameplay, and whilst the gameplay is going on, I will be discussing my class setup and telling you why I use these attachments and what attachments to avoid as well. Just thought I'd let you know that, and let you know what these attachments are doing for my gun and the benefits of these attachments. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed today's video, and let's get right into today's gameplay. Right, hello guys, and welcome to today's video. In today's video, as you can probably guess through the little intro showcasing the class setup, today's video is going to be all about the FENNEC. Yes, I finally got around to doing the FENNEC best class setup, and obviously I've had a few reasons as to why it's taken me so long. For instance, there's been quite a lot of cheaters in Ground War at the moment, and I did do a video showcasing that, like talking about the cheating in Ground War and how it was affecting me trying to make videos and stuff. But we got past that hurdle. We managed to find a game where there wasn't a cheater for once. They're still in Modern Warfare at the moment. They still haven't done much about them, or if anything at all. But we're not going to talk about that, as frustrating as that is. We're going to be talking about the FENNEC. And I did actually have the Silver Fox variant, I believe it's called. I think that's what the variant's called. But yeah, the Silver Fox variant, nice little clean variant. Doesn't actually look that great in this gameplay because I did stick a cam on it. Probably shouldn't have done that. But what you are probably interested in is the class setup. Now, I obviously showed it in the intro what my class setup was. I explained why I use the attachments that I do. But first of all, what you're going to be seeing in the background is a 71-7 gameplay. And I will also be discussing something else that's been happening in this game recently. And you'll probably notice in this gameplay is how laggy Modern Warfare has been recently. Like, I mean laggy. You're going to see me freeze multiple times in this game, get packet loss, you name it, it's going to happen. But we somehow pulled out a 71-7 in this game. So maybe, just maybe, this gun's so good that it beats lag. But maybe I'm being a bit ridiculous there. But anyway, let's get into it. Let's shut up and talk about the gun. So, first of all, you probably noticed I put on a barrel. And the reason I did is because this gun has a very special attachment, which is the ZLR-18 Deadfall. Now, the reason I went for this has so many benefits, but very little negatives that can easily be fixed as well. So you got damage range, recoil control, bullet velocity, and sound suppression. Now, these things are huge, okay? Obviously, this gameplay you're seeing is in for multiplayer, but this does help out as well in Warzone, especially with the sound suppression for Warzone. But there's so many things here that help. So let's begin with the damage range. Obviously, increasing the damage. Why would you not want to increase the damage, especially on this gun? Because this gun is quite weak. But obviously, the benefit to this gun is it shoots at like 1,000,000 miles per hour, okay? This is like the fastest shooting gun in the game by a mile. And that's the big benefit of this gun. And also, it doesn't have a lot of recoil, but we do put some recoil attachments on anyway. But this gun, or this attachment, does come with recoil control. So that will help reduce the recoil on this gun, making it a lot easier to control. And then bullet velocity. Now, this is a big thing. This needs bullet velocity. You're going to see in this game, there's a lot of times where I'm having to aim way, way in front of people. And like, some gunfights where I actually spot people, I have to like back down. I have to say, no, I can't take that shot. Because this gun at range is not very good. It is very, very difficult to kill people at range with this gun. This is a very close quarters gun and is pretty much intended to be used in the close quarters only. So yeah, all those benefits, and the only negatives you've got are the aim down sight speed and the movement speed, which, as you know, can be easily fixed in Modern Warfare, and that's what we do with this class setup. So yeah, let's move on to the next attachment. We skip everything else, lasers, optics, and stocks. We don't pick any of those. By the way as well, when you use the ZLR-18 Deadfall, you cannot use a muzzle, so you cannot stick the monolithic suppressor or the special suppressor, which is the ZLR Saber, I believe it's called. I think that's the attachment. Yeah, the ZLR Saber. Now, the reason I didn't go for the combo that most people might tell you, which is the Apex and the ZLR Saber, it's just too slow, and it's just way too, like, spending 2 attachments for something that I think the ZLR-18 Deadfall does well anyway, as its own, does mean I can have a free attachment elsewhere, in my opinion, and plus there's certain things that do need fixing on this gun. And as you can see in the gameplay, I am lagging a lot, like I was saying earlier. So yeah, enjoy that in the background, all this lag and everything. But yeah, let's move on to the next attachment. So I went for the underbarrel. Now, some interesting things have come out with this underbarrel. Now, I've said it many times that the Merc foregrip is the best underbarrel in the game. It did at one point used to be the Commander foregrip, in my opinion, but for some reason, and I don't know if it's recently picked up this buff somehow, or Modern Warfare has messed this up. Sorry, Modern Warfare, Infinity Ward has messed this up. But the Merc foregrip, obviously, does recoil control and hipfire accuracy. Great benefits. It reduces your vertical recoil, and this gun does have quite a little bit of vertical recoil. Basically, it's just mainly vertical recoil. So using a Merc foregrip to keep this gun on target is fantastic. And hipfire accuracy, this gun shoots, again, at like 1,000,000 miles an hour. In those close quarter situations and you hipfire with this gun, you're going to be melting people. You're going to have laser-like accurate hipfire while shooting a ton of bullets. Basically, it's going to be almost impossible for anyone to kill you up close if you hipfire them. Unless they're using a shotgun, etc. But it's going to help out massively. The cons are, now this is where it's interesting, the cons are aim walking movement speed and aim down sight speed. And you're probably thinking, obviously, you know, those aren't the greatest things when we do normally fix those. It came out a few days ago that the Merc foregrip actually has a boosted, yes boosted, not removed, like it's not a decline. It makes your movement speed faster by 3%, which is basically like having no stock. Yes, that's right. Merc foregrip is basically almost like no stock now. And as you've probably seen as well in the patch notes recently, no stock got nerfed. No stock has pretty bad recoil now. Like it's a lot of recoil. Like you've probably noticed, like if you've tried to use a gun that you used previously pre-patched, like an M4 or that with no stock on, it's got a lot of recoil now. You know, it's almost unusable. And in most situations, I'd say it's actually quite unusable on a lot of guns. But the Merc foregrip now has the strafe speed and the movement speed of no stock. For some reason, I don't know why this has happened. I don't know if this is a bug. I don't know if this is intended. But the Merc foregrip has plus 3% movement speed, which on an SMG, which already has a lot of movement speed, is just insane. You're going to be strafing side to side like nobody's business. It's going to be unbearable for anyone to try and kill you when you're strafing with this gun. So yeah, definitely, and I mean 100%, use the Merc foregrip on this gun, and just test out your other weapons as well. I'd definitely look at using the Merc foregrip on other guns that you have in Modern Warfare. So yeah, use that attachment. I don't know why it got this buff. I don't know what happened there, but the Merc foregrip is just even more insane, okay? It's easily the best attachment for your underbarrel section, by far. Next up, ammunition. So, as you've probably noticed, if you have used this gun, the base round mags are 25 round mags, which, with how fast this shoots, with how bad this can be at range, and sometimes you want to take on those medium range gunfights, it's just not enough bullets. It shoots too fast, you're going to be missing a few bullets sometimes, so you need those extra rounds. So a 40 round drum mag is what this comes with. Yes, there's the 45 hollow point rounds. I did not like those, I did not enjoy those, especially with Modern Warfare and hit detection and stuff. I cannot trust bursts in this game, so I went with the 40 round mags, just to have way more magazine size. It is absolutely a necessity on this gun. Like, if there's one attachment you're definitely not changing on this, or at least I'd recommend to not change, do not get rid of the 40 round drum mag, as you will just have no chance of killing people, or at least multiple people. You'll kill one person, you'll have to reload every 5 seconds. So definitely be using the 40 round mags. Just extra bullets in the clip, you need them massively. Obviously, aim down sight speed and movement speed penalties, but as you've seen, the Merc foregrip is going to fix our aim, is going to fix our movement speed. Aim down sight speed though, we're going to fix that with this next attachment, which is the rear grip, and we are going with the stippled grip tape. Now, the stippled grip tape is great, okay? Aim down sight speed and sprint to fire speed, with the negatives of aiming stability. Now, this actually does a very good job of like getting your gun to aim down sight quickly. Like it actually has quite a lot. It's more, how do I put it? It's more beneficial on this gun than a lot of other guns. Like stippled grip tape does a lot more on this gun. But I will offer a suggestion, which is if you don't like the stippled grip tape, I would look at the lasers, because the tack laser is interesting. So the way that stippled works is, it's like it takes down what it normally does. Like it will decrease your aim down sight speed by like 1 or 2 frames. With lasers, okay, the tack laser specifically, which does the aim down sight speed, the aiming stability, and the aim walking steadiness. Interestingly enough, the tack laser scales based off of how slow your gun is. So if you stack this gun with a lot of like attachments that make this gun aim down sight slowly, it will scale to, it's like a percentage. Think of it as like, if you put your gun like 70% slower, the tack laser will half it every time, sort of thing. Obviously it's not exactly like that, but basically the tack laser will make whatever you however slow you make this gun faster, like it will scale to it. It will make it like a 50% reduction no matter how slow you make the gun, which is quite an interesting attachment. I personally didn't like it. I didn't enjoy it just because the lasers in like ground war specifically, in Warzone I would definitely suggest the laser, but in ground war obviously there's a lot of indoor buildings and moments where you're in close quarter situations, and having people see your laser is just a big giveaway. It's going to throw away your position. As much as it's a great attachment with next to no, like, how do I put it, next to no disadvantages, it is annoying to have your laser shown all the time. So I went personally with a stipple grip tape. Helps my aim down sight speed, helps my sprint to fire speed, and just helps make the weapon much more better to handle, much more mobile, much more, just more like an SMG, being able to run up to people's faces and quickly sprint at them and shoot them and everything. So yeah, definitely use a stipple grip tape. And finally, again, another attachment I find to be a necessity, which I don't think actually works that well on the FENNEC, okay? But it is a necessity, otherwise it's going to be too slow. But you need to go to the perk section and put on sleight of hand, because the reload speed of this thing is just so slow. Now, when it has the 25 round mags, it is quite slow, but obviously when you put on the 40 round mags, it's going to be slower. So to counter that, we do need to put on sleight of hand to make sure we can reload quick enough, because otherwise you're going to be spending like 40 hours reloading your gun. And this gun, again, tears through ammo quite a lot. So even with the 40 round mags, you're still going to be reloading quite often. And as you've seen in this gameplay, I am running the ammunitions box with dead silence, but the ammunitions box, I'm having to pull it out so many times. There's rarely any time where I actually get to use dead silence, because this gun uses a lot of ammo, and I mean a lot of ammo. So you need to make sure you have sleight of hand. You're going to be reloading so often. It's basically a constant beneficial attachment, because if you don't have this on, you're just going to be slowly reloading. You're going to be out of the action. You're not going to be able to run around and run and gun as much as you want to. And yeah, that's it. That's all you need to make the best FENNEC best class setup. After patch, by the way. This is all after patch. And yeah, so this is the class setup. Definitely try it out. Definitely mess around with it. Obviously, I use the ZLR 18 Deadfall, the Merc foregrip, the 40 round mags, the stipple grip tip, and the sleight of hand. I do suggest you can use the laser, the tac laser. That's the only thing I'd change on this. But attachments I'd avoid on this, definitely do not use no stock. I don't think any of the stocks are actually that usable. Maybe you could go for the Forge Tac CQS if you're trying to make a FENNEC that aims down sight quickly. But I'd avoid things like the no stock, the ZLR blade, and the Carbine Pro. They're all just useless. Perks, obviously the only perk I'd see being useful is sleight of hand. Stipple grip tape is fantastic. 40 round mag, definitely. Merc foregrip, you can change that for Commando foregrip possibly. I wouldn't go for Ranger foregrip or Operator foregrip, because it's just, I don't think those two are necessary. Maybe Operator foregrip's not actually too bad. Ranger foregrip I think is just too slow, so I would not personally go for that. And then obviously the ZLR 18 Deadfall, I think it's the best barrel, just because why would you use the ZLR 16 and the ZLR suppressor when you can get all those benefits in just one attachment? Yes, it won't be as good as the Apex and the ZLR Saber put together, but that does slow you down quite significantly. And again, it just isn't as beneficial to use two attachments to do the same job as the ZLR 18 Deadfall. So yeah, that's my best class setup. Just before the video ends though, I do want to discuss, like, obviously as you've been seeing in this gameplay, Modern Warfare has been incredibly laggy after the update, like more laggy than usual for me. You've probably noticed in this game I've been getting the packet loss symbols in the bottom, like the left hand side. And not only that, I've pressed start many times. As you can see, I'm red barring there, orange barring. And this is definitely not my internet, okay? My internet has been fine. Play any other game, no problem whatsoever. But I'm just having issues at the moment with this game. And as you can see, I'm pressing start. I'm trying to check my ping. It's saying I'm around a 40 to 50 ping, which is pretty typical at the moment in Modern Warfare. I normally get between a 30 or 50 ping game. As you can see, like, when the game's fine, it works fine. But there are moments where it just lags unbearably at the moment, and there's nothing I can do about the moment. So I want to ask you guys, are you guys having issues after the update? Are you guys lagging as much as I am? Is the game laggy for you? Are you having a packet loss symbol pop up? Are you actually having packet loss? Because every time I've checked, I've not had packet loss. It says 0%. And currently I'm just lagging so much. And I've tried everything. I've tried like resetting the game. I've tried resetting my console. I've tried resetting my Wi-Fi, everything. And at this point, it's just the game. It is 100% the game in my opinion. But obviously I want some confirmation from you guys. Are you experiencing the same thing since the update? Since the new patch to Modern Warfare? Because I've had an unbearable time with lag. And I'm going to be honest, if I wasn't doing so well in this game, I would have probably left this game, because this lag was ridiculous. As you can see right here, I'm just freezing constantly. I don't know if the other team are experiencing this as well, but it was just constant non-stop freezing. It was almost like someone was lag switching the game pretty much. And Again, if I wasn't doing so well in this game, I would not have tried to get this gameplay, but I got the gameplay, I showcased the class setup, showcased this insane FENNEC best class setup, so I'm going to leave you with the rest of this gameplay, but I do hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, leave a comment, leave a like, subscribe and notifications on, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Goodbye!